Hello! Thank you for being in a new video. This time we have the Motorola Moto G84 5G on this channel. Let's unboxing it. Let's get started. To start, let me tell you about the price. In Mexico, it was launched at 5,999 pesos. On the screen, you see the reference price in dollars, but remember that the prices here are not the same as over there. As I have already told you with other unboxings, it seems that with this generation of devices ending in the number 4, Motorola has done a better job in pricing, at least here in Mexico, as previous generations were considered too expensive. However, Motorola continues to maintain a strategy of launching extremely similar devices under the G series. For example, here I have the Motorola Moto G84 5G, and in many ways it is very similar to this new device, even in price. So, you might be confused about some things, so pay close attention to know what Motorola offers us in this device. To start with, let's take it out of the box. But before we take it out of its box, let me take a look at the color that officially tells us here that it is Pantone Viva Magenta, the color of this 2023. On the back, it reveals to us some of the design of this device and its color palette, plus the standout features, which will be the 50 megapixel camera with optical stabilization. And also here it tells us that it has an ultra-vivid POLED display. And finally, the stereo audio that characterizes virtually all Motorola devices. The first thing we find when we open the box is the device, and in true Motorola style, it comes with the case on. We're going to remove the case simply so we can see the design in the most glorious way we can. Here it is. It is an extremely attractive device because of the color it has. It's very unusual to see a device with this same color. And the little detail of having your Pantone color indicator here could give it a special touch for designers. And here on the front side we highlight the same features that had already been highlighted from the box. So let's remove this plastic and continue with the unboxing. Now I'm going to turn this device on and we see what else comes in the box. We find paper of all the life. Also the key to remove the tray. And finally the cable and charger, which is officially 33 watts. In this case, the cable is from USB-A to USB-C. So we have something positive, but here we start to notice one of the differences. Because in the Moto G54 5G, we get wireless headphones included. In this case, the box comes a little bit simpler. So we're going to put this away again and take a full look at the cell phone to find out all of its specifications. I've already got the device set up, and as always, let's take a quick look at its specs. For starters, it is an extremely light and thin device. It is only 7.59 millimeters thick and weighs 166.8 grams. It really is one of the lightest devices you're going to find today. And this is striking to me because it still has a 5 milliamp battery. So it doesn't make big sacrifices in exchange for being light. Although this leatherette edition has a slightly heavier weight, but it's still super slim and without that much weight. The display is 6.5-inch POLED display with full HD plus resolution. The truth is that it is also a good quality screen. It offers us a good resolution so that even small texts we still see them with good sharpness. Its density is 402 pixels per inch, so it offers something positive and even has support for 10 bits in the entire color space. So it does project good quality across the entire color palette. It's also going to offer us a 144 Hz refresh rate, so all the movements that we see across the screen are going to look super smooth. As I had already anticipated, we also have stereo sound, and with respect to the cameras, here at the front we will find 16 megapixels with f-aperture 2.45. We are in front of a fixed focus camera, so it doesn't attract so much attention, but for the price I think it does a good job. And on the back we have two cameras. The main one is a 50 megapixel with optical stabilization and an f1.88 aperture. And then we have an ultra wide angle camera which is also used for macro photography, and it's also used for depth capture. So we could say it's a multi-purpose camera with an 8 megapixel resolution and f2.2 aperture. So fortunately, this equipment does not have useless cameras or marketing cameras. Therefore, I like the manufacturer's proposal. Here, let's take a first impressions look at the pictures. To begin with, I always show you that the preview of the photos still doesn't come out very well optimized. But after you take the picture, the result I think is much better with respect to light and shadow balance. It doesn't have a perfect result, but I think it does stand up considerably well. This is a picture taken with the main camera, and now this is a picture taken with the ultra-wide camera, just so you can see the difference in width. I think it's considerably good, so you don't have to step back and you can take a picture with more space. Regarding the zoom, it is not an amazing device, but in its price range, I think it comes out good quality. This is a reference photograph. Then we have a photograph with digital zoom 2x, and then we have the maximum zoom, which is 8x, which, unlike other Motorola devices, here seems to be better optimized. So we don't have a spectacular level of detail as if it were optical zoom or something similar, but definitely that for the price, the zoom did not disappoint me. This device does not have the ability to record video in 4K, and it comes with Android 13 and Motorola's customization layer that adds some lightweight stuff. For example, we have the Hello You app where we can read some news. We also have the Moto Center where we have all the added tools like the double swipe to be able to launch the camera quickly, or also shake the device twice to turn on the flashlight, among other gestures. Also, the device adds the Moto Connect application that will allow us a more advanced screen projection, and Moto Secure where we have new security options that we did not have before. In fact, it also draws my attention that it brings the ready for options that Motorola previously reserved exclusively for the Edge series. And we also have the Family Center where you can configure parameters to comfortably lend this device to children. So, Motorola has made a lot of progress in software that we haven't seen for several generations. However, they also add us some other applications. Although curiously, in this case, unlike other devices, they didn't install us so many junk games. They simply added us TikTok, Spotify, Snapchat, and other applications that you can also get to uninstall if they do not interest you. So it is also appreciated that they are not forcing us to have apps that we don't like. The device has 8 GB of RAM, which for its price range is very good, but the most surprising thing is the storage, because it goes up to 256 gigabytes. Also, consider that the system is very light, so you don't have a lot of space used when you just take the device out of its box. So it's a very positive thing, both the storage and the RAM, and to top it off, we have a good processor. It's the Snapdragon 695. A processor that we have already tested on multiple occasions in more expensive devices, and it has done very well. So in this device, which is more economical, I think it will be wonderful. But anyway, let's do a benchmark test, although you know that the numbers are simply to give us an idea, and the real performance we will see in the review when we test the opening of various applications, games, and video editing. But for now, let's wait for the result. And that's it. We have 914 points on single core and 2016 points on multi-core, giving us very similar results to what we see on other processors that Motorola is using, but from MediaTek like the Dimensity 7020 or 7030. So it's a good processor that's actually going to perform well for gaming. But in the review, I'll tell you a lot more details about it. For now, it's been a brief initial look at what it has to offer. I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know you can let me know, and we'll see you next time.